Hey, I'm Aja A, and welcome to Sunshine Haze. Don't forget to check out all the links that I have listed down in the description box, and if you like the video, please give me a little thumbs up. If you have any questions after the video is over, feel free to drop them down below. I try to respond to everyone. And if you all know people interested in astrology, numerology, tarot, or whatever I'm talking about on this channel, go on and send them this link. And don't forget to hit subscribe. And of course, thanks for tuning in and rocking with me. May this info help y'all live your best lives. Peace. Hey y'all, welcome back to SunshinehazeCo. I'm Aja A. Thank you for tuning in. This video is your October tarot forecast for the Taurus suns, moons, and rising. So before I get started, excuse me, if you feel like what I'm saying isn't resonating with you, go on and check out your moon and or rising sign, which I do have the playlist linked down below in the description box. As I said, we are now in a whole new month, which means I got hella videos down in that description box that I want y'all to watch. We start the month with the Aries full moon. We also have Virgo lunar cycle energy and Libra lunar cycle energy through the month of October. We're also dealing with Mars and Mercury retrograde through the month of October, while also being in the cluster of the retrogrades still. Excuse me. And so it's late, y'all. Y'all know how this goes. When it gets late, my voice starts going out, so I apologize in advance. So with all of that being said, I've got hella videos linked down there that you should watch because the energy is popping all over the place, okay? It's going to be your typical 4-card spread, looking at the overall energy for you for the month of October, any challenges or obstacles that you might be facing during this next month. Because we are dealing with Libra energy for the month of October, looking at where you need to bring in some balance, Taurus. And as always, a quick little soul message, something extra for you to take away with you from this spread, okay? So let's get to it. The first card that you have coming up in your spread is in the position of the overall energy for the month of October, what's coming in or what you need to be tapping into. And you got the Thinker card coming up here, okay? So this also has the number 44 on it. Although not a master number, it carries a little bit more of a powerful energy with the number 4 doubled. So there are some foundations here that you need to think about, some major foundations that could be by way of career, that could be by way of your romantic relationships, and also your friendships, and also your dwelling space. So there's something going on in foundational Taurus land that you need to reconsider. And what I get with this card coming up here is that it's something that you've maybe thought about before, possibly briefly, or maybe something that you've thought about a while ago and for whatever reason changed your mind or stopped thinking about it and said, you know, I know, let's do life like this. But it's circling back around for you, okay? Your full moon is coming up next, so I'm not surprised to see this card here. Probably more than likely what you need to be thinking about is something that you need to step away from, or some sort of habit that you need to do away with, some sort of perspective that you no longer need to have, some sort of cord of attachment to some physical thing, because I did say I pick up on it's foundational. Some cord of attachment that needs to be cut. There's just something that you need to reconsider, and it's more than likely, especially with your cards here, and I'll get to the rest of these cards shortly, but with your spread here, it's something that it just doesn't serve you, doesn't suit you, doesn't benefit you in the least. And I'm trying to pick up on why you would be in this situation, or why you're still attached to whatever this is. Why is it that you're having to think about it? And I just get that your energy has shifted, Taurus. And whatever that may mean for you, that could be like you don't love that person no more. You could possibly decide that you don't like this position at your job anymore. You could also be deciding that you've had so many problems with your dwelling space that you no longer want to live there. That is what I'm picking up on for the month of October. But there are some things, but they're major, so it's not something that you can quickly move on. That's what I get, and that's why you have this Thinker card here. It's not like, oh, do the work. It's literally like you have to come up with a course of action in order to set the wheels turning on this thing. And the month of October, as we come into the season of change, the month of October is where you're going to spend your time planning things out and working through things, okay? The next card coming up in your spread is in the position of your crossing energy, and you've got the Queen of Swords here. That glare, there we You got the Queen of Swords here, Taurus. And I have like a lot. I got a lot coming in with this one. The first thing that I'm really getting, and I mentioned this earlier, was that, what's buzzing? It's not my phone. I have my work phone over there, but it's literally 1:20 in the morning. I don't know what they could be buzzing my work line about. I'm on leave. Y'all need to call me. Don't call me. What? Yo. Because I'm the Queen of Swords. What I'm getting here is what I mentioned earlier, is that there is just something that you are not in alignment with anymore. And the Queen of Swords is a very mature energy. It's the air element. Sword suit is the air element, so there's clarity here. There's this energy of observation here. However, it's a crossing card, right? So first message with this card is that the reason why you probably, and I mentioned this, I was like, I don't know why you would find yourself back in this situation. The reason why you probably ended up back into this situation is because your judgment is clouded, Taurus. I just get the sense, whether it be, Venus, I just, okay. And we got hella Libra energy this month, and y'all know that's y'all sister planet. Like, y'all got the same mama planet. Whatever it is that you are in, and I could be talking to a lot of you that are in relationships. Whatever it is that you were in, you were just blinded by love. You thought about it at a point in time. You knew at one point in time that wasn't something you were supposed to be in. And for whatever reason, love makes you do crazy things, I suppose. For whatever reason, you found yourself back in this space, back in this cycle, and it's not serving you. And here you go again, starting to think that, and you really need to give that real thought this time around, and you don't need to disregard what you come up with. Now, this could also be that, especially because we're talking about physical foundations, some of you could have worked so hard to get into a spot. Some of you might have been living with roommates and worked so hard to like live by yourself. You could have saved up a lot of money to get this apartment or this house, and what I'm getting is that it's just not what you thought it was going to be. If we're talking about work, you may have worked really hard to get yourself into a position, and now that you have it, you might just be in a space to where you really, really liked it. At one point, you were really going for it at one point in time, but now it's not fulfilling. However, because of your previous emotions regarding these things, excuse me, you're in a space to where these situations pull at your heartstrings. You're emotionally invested, and you're like, oh no, but I put so much work in. Oh no, I put so much time in. Oh no, but I love you. But when you got to think about things like this, when you have done the work in a situation, when you have gotten what you needed to get from a certain chapter in your life, you need to turn the page. You need to move on, because when you keep dwelling, you can reread the same page over and over and over and over again, and no matter how exciting it is, you know what's gonna happen. You know how the page ends, and what it's looking like is this page was written for this chapter to be closed. So listen, I understand, Taurus, and y'all are stubborn, and y'all are ruled by y'all little heart chakras. I understand if you are emotionally invested in something, you do not want to walk away, especially with all that earth. But this thinker card is in your overall energy, so you really do need to reconsider, okay? And what I'm also picking up on with this card is that in this Egyptian tarot, this is the Lady of Revenge, okay? And so I'm getting this energy of like the best, I don't mean to sound, I don't want this to sound bad, but it's just like, Taurus, you need to remember who the fuck you are. Like, you are too good you're too big for whatever is going on. Whatever the situation is, like, you've outgrown it. Like, your energy is too poppin' for you to be kicking it here. Like, this is not peasants, you don't need that situation anymore. You've gotten what you needed to get from it. And so now what's really happening is, by keeping yourself there, you're actually dimming your light. And the Queen of Swords, she knows, okay? She sees what's going on. She knows everything. She has her shit together. This is not a subtle energy. You don't want it crossed. So Taurus, like I said, remember who you are. Remember, okay? and turn this card into an upright position. You don't want to be cross. You don't want to have your judgment clouded and keeping you attached to things that are dragging you down. Like, why would you want to do that? And like I said, you got your full moon coming up next month. So whether you're ready for it or not, I think that you're going to have to phase that shit out anyway. So, I mean, like, why? You might as well just start now. Remember who you are. Remember remember what you can do. Remember what you got now, as opposed to being all surprised when your full moon hits next month. Excuse me. All right, y'all. Next card I have coming up in your spread is in the position of where you need to bring in some balance, and you've got the Fool. So, I mean, this is not confirmed that you need to move it to turn the page into the new chapter or what. I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. I mean, like, I could read it for you, but you tell me. No, I'm going to read it for you. The Fool, as we know in tarot, symbolizes coming into a new space, coming into new chapters, new energies. However, with the Fool, there is this sense of not necessarily knowing what's going to happen, but taking a leap of faith and just going out there, tossing yourself in the wind and saying, hey, let's do it. So one message with this card is that, Taurus, whatever you're attached to, especially if your attachment also comes with a little bit of fear and anxiety of, well, if I walk away from this, what's going to catch me? Who's going to catch me? What am I going to do? Even if it's attached to that, you got the Fool card coming up in the position of where you need to bring in some balance. And listen, y'all don't have to tell me y'all are Tauruses. I know y'all like to be comfortable. Y'all like to be in the house. I told y'all about going to blow yourselves in the wind, and you guys are probably like, I'm good right here. I don't need to do that. But you do need to do that. That's literally what the cards are telling you. So bring some balance and step out of your comfort zone. Get away from your comfort zone. Reconsider what your comfort zone is doing to you right now, because it's not doing anything for you. It's doing to you, and what it's doing is not good, okay? It's detrimental to your growth, to your progression, okay, to your ascension. Another message with this card in the Egyptian tarot, the Fool is the man who carries his mistakes into a new chapter. So again, needing to bring in balance. Instead of carrying your mistakes, instead of harnessing your baggage, right, putting it in your telfar and saying, okay, we go into the next chapter, let's go. First of all, you better not be putting no baggage in your telfar bag. Not after you actually scored one. Like, come on now. No, don't bring in the balance. Don't take the baggage. Take the experience. You don't have to take the mistake with you. You take the mistake with you, you're going to make it again. That's not what we need, Taurus. So take the experience of the mistake. Take the lessons that you've learned. And you don't have to put those in the bag, because those are not baggage. You put those in your brain, and then you got your telfar bag, hopefully with some bucks and some money and some snacks or something. And that's what you're going into your new chapter with, okay? You don't want to bring the things that were weighing you down along with you. So you really have to reconsider what it is that you're attached to. And I keep looking at this sword card. I'm just going to talk to y'all about the imagery real quick. She got a sword in her hand, and I talked about turning this into an upright position. I literally just cut the shit out. Cut the shit. Literally cut it. You need to cut it, okay? There's no reason for you to be hanging on to whatever it is that you're hanging on to, Taurus. It's not doing anything for you. What you need to be doing is taking that telfar and making moves. See what's popping out there for you. What I get is, as soon as you remove yourself from the situation, as soon as you actually think about and reconsider what it is that you're doing and remove yourself, cut your cords of attachment, stop doing the things that you were doing, stop dealing with the people you were dealing with, take yourself out of this situation, move yourself out of this space, you will be able to learn and remember all the things that you need to know to move yourself into the next chapter, okay? But you got to be willing to do it, Taurus. And right now, all that's really crossing you is the fact that you are kind of comfortable and you don't want to, but you got to turn your Queen of Swords, turn your Lady of Revenge, remember who you is, Taurus, into an upright position so that you can get it popping, get it going. Like, I just get the sense that, like I keep saying, like, you're too big for this. It doesn't serve you. This is not, especially, you probably got people around you like, why are you doing that? Like, why do you do that job? Why are you with that person? Why do you think this way because that doesn't suit you. It's not becoming, okay? That's the best way I can put it. And y'all are ruled by Venus, so I hope me telling you it's not becoming sparked a little something in you, okay? Last card that I have coming up in your spread, Taurus, is in the soul message position. I forget what other sign got this card, but you got limbo. And what I'm going to say with that is you got the thinker card in your spread. So what this tells me is that October may be a month to where you have to keep it cute. You might not be making moves in October. You might actually have to move with some stealth energy and be like, I think I said earlier at the beginning of this reading that you need to be making plans. Be moving with some stealth energy and be setting yourself up because you are getting ready to shift yourself out of whatever it is that you're in, whether you're ready to or not. Like I said, you got your full moon happening next month. What I will say with that, and I did mention this earlier, is that some of you may be uncomfortable with making this change because you don't know what's going to happen next. You have the limbo card, so I'll keep it real. When you make this change, there may be a little bit of a point in time to where you really don't know what's going to happen next. You may not know how you're going to pay your bills. You may not know where you're going to be staying. You may not know what's going on. You may not, you might be completely clueless. But the good thing about being in limbo is that you're also just free to be. You can be clueless, you can be broke, you can be all them other things, but you can also be at ease. You can also be light. You can also be free. You can just be what it is that you want to be in this time. And so instead of going against the grain, instead of digging your hooves into the ground, during the month of October, just be thinking. And as you think, allow your thoughts to lead you into the actions that you need to be led to, and then allow your little self to take the actions, and you'll find yourself where you need to be in this full energy, not with the mistakes, with the snacks and the money in the Telfar bag, okay? That's your spread, Taurus. I hope it found you well. If you feel like you need your own personal reading, feel free to book one with me. I have my Etsy shop linked down below. For those of you that I was reading for and it felt like I was talking to you about your relationship, I do offer a relationship spread. You can find that on my Etsy shop. Other than that, I plugged everything in the beginning of this video, so I'm going to let y'all go because I'm going to go to bed. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will catch y'all next time. Peace.